Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello, gamers old and new. It's Aaron here, and today I'll be giving my first impressions of Broken Age, Double Fine's newest game that was actually kickstarted. I believe the original Kickstarter was about $500,000. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable saying $500,000, and I think they passed their goal. Of course, I mean it's Double Fine. Of course, people sunk so much money into that, and it came out I think like $3 million plus budget. So that's impressive. So today I want to talk about, I'm gonna of course talk about the pros and cons of the game, and I've played about two hours each sides of the two characters, but we'll get to that. So let's talk about the pros. The art, excellent art. It is Double Fine Productions. When Double Fine art team gets to working, they just pump out good stuff. Great quality. Everything looks good. Slightly, I don't know if this is just because I'm playing on PS4, but when you get really close up in cutscenes to specific items, they're a little bit blurry, a little bit pixelated. I don't know, maybe if it's the PS4 or maybe it's better on PC. However, ironically, there is a retro function where you click the right stick and it makes everything all pixelated. So I thought that was funny. So moving on, we have the voice acting. We have a huge cast. We have Elijah Wood, Jack Black, Will Wheaton, a whole bunch of different stars coming in, lending their voices to different characters. And also, I think Jennifer Hale is another big video game voice actor, another legend. Like a certain a Nolan North character kind of character actor. Another positive is the animations, nice and smooth. Everything works well. Really excellent how you can't really tell what's a cutscene and what isn't. They just transition so well. Another great thing about this is the story, and I'll start getting into the story. I'll start describing, because the story is a huge part of the game. This is a point and click puzzle adventure, and story is a huge part of the game. So Broken Age is a story about two kids, male and female. The male, his name is Shay, and the girl's name is Vella. So I guess I'll start with Shay because that's where I started in my playthrough. Shay lives on a spaceship, and on that spaceship, the computer has become the physical embodiment of his parents. So his mother's a giant ray of sunshine, and his father's the moon, and they sort of they take care of him. They're his guardians. And he's been living on this ship, I want to say 15 years. I think Shay, the character, I think he's 15 years old. And the whole point of his perspective of the game is he's living a sort of life of careless freedom. However, he doesn't want that. You see, he lives on this spaceship, and he wakes up every morning. He has really childish cereal, and he basically gets treated like a baby. Even when he wants to go on exciting space adventures, he basically it's just family friendly versions of that. A mission is he needs to go on a spacewalk, and then he gets in a spacesuit, but he's tethered, and he wants to leave the station, but he can't because he's tethered to the ship. So he takes maybe maybe 3 steps off the platform, and then he finds a mysterious plant. Oh, and then there's a nice alien reference in there, and he sticks his head, and then something just attacks. And he's like, "Oh, what's this thing on my face?" And it's just, you think it's an alien, but it's just a present that he opens. So when he tries to make his missions more mature by almost adding a fictional subplot to it, like another mission he goes to where he has to help people that are on their ship, and there's been basically a distressed signal he has a distress signal that was sent out, and he goes and investigates it. He walks down there, everything's all dark and mysterious, and he's trying to ask them what went wrong. Was it an alien? Was it space madness? Did you all try to kill each other? And then the character just creeps up and you're like, it was a hug attack, and then a bunch of like cuddly creatures come out and hug him. So as you can see, all the missions he goes on are essentially for babies and toddlers, even from like his control deck, which is like stuff you'd see on a Fisher Price toy. So he wants to grow up, but the ship still treats him like a child. He wants to be called captain. The ship mother calls him sweetie. So there's even like a compromise where she calls him Captain Sweetie. So he's kind of living this sort of childish, boring, docile life, and he wants adventure, right? And he starts to get this adventure when he sort of makes his way into another part of the ship that is unknown to him, and where he meets this character who's dressed like a wolf. His name's Merrick, I believe his name is, and he sort of says, I'm going to show you all the cool adult stuff that you want, and the world's in danger, and you need to help us, and you're the only one, you're the chosen one, and basically that's the inciting incident of the story, is him trying to meet up with the wolf character and going on more adult-oriented missions, and sort of his story. And the other part of the game is broken into Vella's story. See, Vella is this young girl who lives in a village, and it's a baker's village. So this village has been living quietly for about a year, and each year they have something called the Maiden's Feast. And the Maiden's Feast is when they get the most beautiful, smart, young women that they could find, and they dress them up, they put them on display, and they sacrifice them to this giant monster called Mog Kothra, I believe is how you'd say that. And this Mog is like this giant squid monster. So they sacrifice, specific girls in order for them to be spared. So they're sacrificing their youth to keep the rest of the village safe. However, Vella is completely opposed to this idea, even though she's been chosen. Now, this is where a positive comes in, and probably the first and only negative of the game. See, we meet Vella's family, and they're completely 100% on board with her. Like, okay, yeah, you're gonna go up there, you're gonna sacrifice yourself, it's gonna be great. You're gonna bring so much honor to the family. The only people that oppose is the grandfather, and the grandfather opposes this whole sacrificing the daughter. We used to be a proud nation of warriors. We used to be a village full of warriors. It's called the Beast Enders, and we're all freaking like just basically wimps now. We're so weak. What are we doing? And Vella agrees, and she sort of suggests an uprising at her Maiden's Feast, and her family kind of just shakes it off. And that's where the negative comes in. It seems to me that Vella is surrounded by weak, idiotic characters. I get that, sacrifice for the greater good, but come on. You can't just give up like that. And that's ridiculous. And people are almost to the point, like, she just suggests, like, oh, maybe we should kill Mothdrathor this time. And they just all laugh. Like, nothing's wrong. Like, it's so fucking backwards. Alright, and that's why I don't find, like, the family interesting, or even some of the other characters that know about Mog. Like, you go into another village, and they're pretty much your same village, and they're completely fine with the whole Maiden's Feast, and all the prize girls and the villagers, and it's just Vella is surrounded by idiots, and I hate all of them. God, why is she surrounded by idiots? But this does make her character much more stronger.
Something's going on down this ladder.
So I do like how both characters have their own stories, And another really cool thing that I like that really makes me want to play the story, get even further, deeper and deeper, is that the two characters, Shay and Vella, they're both connected somehow. There's been references in Shay's story about the quote-unquote, the sacrifice girl. So I'm thinking that's being, referencing Vella in Shay's story. Shay hasn't been referenced in Vella's story in any way, which is kind of strange. It's kind of strange how Shay has this sort of like, up in space, wild cosmic adventure, and Vella has this very down to earth, almost like revenge story that she's on. This is Revenge Quest, and somehow they're connected. So that mystery really makes me want to play the game and propels me forward. And while you're playing the game, thank God it's there's still funny characters. Like there's Curtis there's this great scene where you meet up with this lumberjack. Yeah, Curtis the lumberjack, who's voiced by Wheaton, and he's a funny character. There's some it's almost like it's clever humor, and I like that. I'm always a fan of clever humor. So thank God, at least some of the characters you meet, especially in the Cloud City. I forgot what it's called, but we'll just call it Cloud City. There's some really funny, interesting characters in there, which I like. So I mean, pretty much that's all the positives and the one negative. There's nothing really bad about this game. I see that some people, they might be a little bit confused by some of the like the point and click logic, but I think at this point, I've been playing Grim Fandango. I just got off it, so I'm kind of in that mindset. So maybe that's why I'm not as stuck as everyone else. But honestly, I think you're gonna be fine. To be completely honest.
It's my mom's special ceremonial night.
So I mean, that's pretty much Broken Age. Of first impressions is I really like it. I mean, if you're a fan of point and clicks, you're definitely gonna like this game. And I think that if you've been playing all the Double Fine games, then yeah, you're gonna you probably already have this. And I think is it better than Grim Fandango? I like the concept of Grim Fandango a little bit better, about the sort of like death and all that. But I think it's up there with Grim Fandango. It's definitely, we'll have to see. The game's getting really well reviewed. So I think that's it for this first impressions. Thank you so much for watching. I think I'll just play a couple of minutes of the game with uninterrupted. That'll probably happen. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Aaron. Make sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you later.
Hey, listen, I can explain. I was taking Jesse's egg for a cleaning and... Hey, wait, who are you?
You're in big trouble, young man.
Oh, man, don't tell Harmony, okay? He already has it in for me.
Why don't you just let go? I'm 85% sure someone would catch you.
I'm stuck! I'm caught on this branch and I can't reach back that far!
What are you really doing down here?
I was just chasing some fruit that fell off that tree and I hit a weak spot in the clouds.
Why would Jesse's egg need cleaning anyway?
Well, it didn't, but I needed the work credits to make up some hygiene demerits I got last week.
Mind if I just squeeze past you?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Come over here so I can grab on.
No way. Well, you hang in there, kid.
Get over here and unhook me from the branch. My underwear's on the branch.
Sorry, I'm not going anywhere near your underwear.
Come here and help me.
Hey!
Great. Now let me just climb onto your shoulders.
Quit it!
And I thought I was clumsy.
It's empty. Nah, I don't want to lose them, even though they're too big for me.
Are you finally here to help, or what?
A good pair of cloud shoes would keep you out of this kind of situation.
I'll remember that next time. If you help me down from here...
Hey, girl.
Please place your offering into the bowls of enlightening.
Hi, are you?
You may call me Father.
Oh, yes, excuse me, Father.
No, Father. Like a light, beautiful feather, but lighter. Harmony gave me that name. It's quite an honor.
What are you guarding here?
I make sure that Brother Lightbeard's time is not wasted. He's a busy man, you know.